Hey there, hope you're doing great. Just wanted to do a little Instagram live. Don't usually do these, but I wanted to get a little bit of feedback from all of you on what are your thoughts around the coronavirus spread that's happening around the world right now. Like I said, hi everyone, John Assaraf here. Hope you're doing great. Hey there, my beautiful niece. Are you in Toronto? I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. I've been doing an enormous amount of reading on it. I did a Facebook Live session the other day just talking about the facts versus the fiction, all of the hype and fear that's happening around the world right now. And I want to share some of the research that I've come up with. Many of you know I'm not a PhD or a doctor. I'm a researcher. Neuroscience, neuropsychology is really my passion. But understanding why are so many people panicking, fearful? What are the facts from the fiction? Just let me know if you're paying close attention to what's happening around the world with the coronavirus. Hit the like or the love button, or leave me a note right now so I can see what's going on as well. So yeah, I see somebody saying we need more facts. I keep track of several individuals who are really on the cutting edge without any hype or bullshit. And first and foremost, I want to make sure that I'm healthy, my family is healthy, my kids, my wife, my mother-in-law, my parents. And so I'm always looking for the best information, right? And I can't stand hype and bullshit and fear-mongering. And so I think the question for all of us is what's really happening, right? Like what's really happening. And there's a lot of fear in the media. There's a lot of fear in the newspapers. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of people, hey, Hip Hop Mike, sending love right back at you. Love your stuff. Hey there, Eric, buddy, how you doing? So let's talk a little bit about why people are fearful and panicking. I think one of the things I love to teach first and foremost is awareness and knowledge gives you choice. And choice is what gives you freedom. So awareness and knowledge gives you choice. And then that choice gives you freedom. But it's really important to make sure that we are getting the right knowledge and information from the right sources, right? And then so many people are trying to be experts at it right now. And again, if anything, for me, I'm probably an expert researcher. And having enough contacts to decipher fact from fiction and hype from reality. And so I think first and foremost, there's an important philosophy that I live by, but I also teach all of my students, and that is in order to really operate at your best, to use your brain as best as possible, which is the most powerful tool in the known universe, right? The thing that we have to remember is under times of either doubt, times of a lack of knowledge, times of lack of expertise, we're going to default to activating our brain's stress or fear centers, and that shuts down our thinking centers. And what we really have to remember is when we're in a fearful state, when we're in a state of uncertainty and doubt, that's when we tend to fear because we are ill-equipped with either the knowledge or the skills or the process to be able to understand what's at hand. And in a state of fear, then we are going to react based on our highest level of training and understanding. Let me repeat that. In a state of fear, we are going to react at the highest level of our training or understanding. But in a state of calmness, we're able to respond. So how do you get calm? Well, the first thing to understand is to remember that calmness is always within you. You just have to know how to get there, right? Calmness is always within you. A state of stress is always within you. A state of calmness is always within you. And so I like to slow down in order to calm down. Slow down in order to calm down. So instead of reacting really, really quickly, how do you slow down? Well, I use my breath to slow down, whether it's 6 deep breaths in through my nose, slowly, and out through my mouth. I do little breathing sessions, probably about, every 60 minutes or so. But you can do check-ins with yourself even more quickly. Every 10 minutes, every 50 minutes, every 20 minutes. You can do that. I call that an inner size. It's called inner size. Take 6, calm the circuits first. When we're in a state of stress, when we're in a state of fear, self-doubt, uncertainty, when we're lacking the knowledge or skills, chances are that our sympathetic nervous system has been activated. And when our sympathetic nervous system has been activated, we actually are reducing the blood flow to the thinking part of our brain, and our imagination center actually can go wild with possibilities. When we're in a fearful state or a state of uncertainty, then our part of our brain that is active is the what if part of our brain, and there's little neural patterns in the background that says, what if I contract this disease? What if I die? What if I can't work? What if I don't make money? What if they close my job? What if? In a lot of cases, we get hypersensitive to focusing on what if with the negative side of that equation. And there's also another option. And when I think about our brain and strengthening your mindset and emotional skills, what if you raise your immune system? What if you become healthier? What if you take this time to be more educated? What if you stay healthy? So there's always what if negative, but there's always a possibility for the what if positive. And one of the things that you can do to train yourself is to practice being aware of the negative what ifs, but then flip-flopping. I call it the flip-flop switch. Flip-flopping to, well, what if everything is fine? What if I can figure out how to be healthier? What if everything works out well? So those are just a couple of things. But what I want to also share with you is this. Listen, this is a new virus, Corona 19 or Coronavid-19, and it's a new virus. We don't have a vaccine for it. If you see what happened in China, the virus spread very, very quickly, and through a lot of really smart measures, they were able to start the containment of the virus. Now, there's something called flattening the line. So a curve of a virus goes, up in a straight curve like this, and then it starts to come down. So when the curve is going up, it's being sent or spread very, 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 very fast. And this particular virus is spreading very, very, very fast. So a lot of people are unaware of that, and it spreads through, touching each other through mucous membranes, and touching surfaces. It lives on surfaces for days, whether it's plastic or steel. When we touch surfaces and then we touch, our nose or our eyes or somebody else, then we're spreading the virus. And you can be healthy, you can have the virus, and you can still spread it. You got to remember, we can't see these viruses unless we're looking at them, through microscopic means. And so what are the ways to flatten this curve so we can get ahead of the curve? And when people are talking about, keeping yourself, away from big groups, one of the reason is between 3 to 6 feet. We don't think that the virus is being spread, as an airborne transmission. But we do believe it's being transmitted between, humans, hand to hand, face to face, sharing of bodily fluids, etc. And so the awareness that I'm in for myself and with my wife and my mother-in-law and my parents and my brother and sister and my kids is all around, okay, How do we stay away from groups of people, okay, where some people are already sick. Here in the United States, if you take a look at what happened in China, China had a huge spike, and then they believe they've got it contained right now. We've been seeing what's happened, for example, in Singapore, where they contained it right away and they flattened that curve so that a lot of people do not spread it to each other. It allows the healthcare givers to take care of the people that are really sick. It seems to be affecting people over 70 with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, with upper respiratory infection, not affecting children as much. They don't know why yet, or adolescents. And so there's a few things, and I posted a top 10 list on my Facebook fan page, and on my Achieve Even More Facebook page, which is a free membership area that I give to people to just connect with me. Just a bunch of things that we're doing. But what I want to get back to is in Italy, for example, people weren't paying attention to stop gathering in groups, whether it's family or friends or restaurants or anywhere that the exchange of the virus can happen. And so it's gone through the roof in Italy. Plus, the healthcare system isn't prepared to test and to take care of people. And since we don't have a vaccine for this, the mortality rate is higher than you'd like to see it. The rate of infection is way higher than we'd like to see it. And so the thing that you can do is, how do you manage yourself? How do you manage your family and your immediate friends? My wife and I canceled a dinner that we have here at our home for Sunday night. I'm stopping to go to the gym, which is just down the street here, because I have a home gym. I am limiting my exposure to people. Now, I want to share a story with you to just give you an idea of what we're dealing with, okay? Yesterday, I went to the grocery store, which is 90 seconds from our home. And when I got to the grocery store, there wasn't one cart available to be able to go and do my grocery shopping. So I waited about 6-7 minutes. And then one of the employees from the grocery store came by with a whole slew of the carts that people had taken back to their cars. And there wasn't anything that I could wipe down the cart from somebody else's hands. So I was like, okay, I'm still going to go shopping. So I went shopping, grabbed everything that I needed to, and there was about a 45-minute wait in every one of the lines. And everybody was one shopping cart away from each other. And when I got to the checkout counter 45 minutes later, because people were stuffing their carts with as many things as they could, and I think you should have a couple weeks worth of food in your house just in case you're quarantined for yourself and your family, maybe 3 weeks if you want to, but you don't need 6 months, I don't believe, for me. And then when I got to the checkout counter, one of the gals that was there that was packaging people's food in bags had gloves on, which was great. But the girl who was on the punching, everything that I bought and scanning everything, she had, just her hands like me. And I was just doing a calculation of the number of people that have touched food, put it in their carts, put it on the conveyor belt, and she was picking it up and then spreading everything that she had picked up onto my food, right, or onto the packages of my food, and how that was happening all day long with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Now, if the virus is on our hands and we touch our noses or, scratch our eyes or whatever the case might be, then this virus is spreading like wildfire between healthy people. Okay? It didn't seem like anybody there was sick, but you can be healthy and have this virus and spread it. So not everybody who has the virus or will get the virus is going to show extreme or mild symptoms of this virus, right? We have our immune system can fight off a lot of viruses, which it does every day, but our bodies do not have the antibodies for this specific strain of a virus. So what does that mean? It means that you and I, the best way that we can help each other, because we're in this together, okay, is by taking care of ourselves and our families and what we do or don't do, and not get ourselves in the situations where an unseen virus can be given to us, or that we could spread it to others unknowingly. Like, I don't want to spread it to anybody knowingly or unknowingly, and I don't think anybody else does either. So anytime we touch a surface, a doorknob, a light bulb, a countertop, anytime that we are, sneezing or coughing, or we're thinking of going out, I think we have to rethink that and think about, what can I do to stay healthy myself, but what can I also do to make sure that I don't spread in case I have it. When a virus spreads, it's like one person gets it, then 3, then 10, then 20, then 50, then 1,000, then 3,000, then 10,000. It's an exponential curve when we're dealing with a virus. And so we have to, help each other. We have to be diligent to be able to make sure that we collapse this curve as quickly as possible. Now, right now, the epicenter of this virus was in China, and then it's spread along the east. Singapore did a great job of handling it. Italy did not do as good of a job for whatever reason. It's like, this is not the time to blame. It's a time just to be aware and to be able to learn from what's happening around the world, so that we are protected as much as possible as a species, right? And now it's in Europe. Right now, in the last couple of hours, the United States government just shut off, all flights starting Monday from the UK and Ireland as well. And why? Because they're trying to collapse this wave, collapse this curve down so it doesn't spread as fast. Now, I believe that we are a little bit behind the 8 ball, shall we say. I don't think it was handled as well as possible here, but now it's being handled better. So that's all we can focus on, right? We can complain about what didn't work, what people could have done, should have done, might have done. But let's focus on what we can do, right? So regardless of what happened in the past, we use the past as a guiding post, not a hitching post. And we say, okay, great. The past we use as history to help us understand, what should I do this minute, this hour, today, tomorrow? And that means that we have to be diligent together and help each other. So if you don't have to go out, what happens is, if a lot of people have the virus and they are out and about, then they're spreading the virus. And if you're at home, if you're, in your place of work, or if you're working from home, all of my team is working from home, we're keeping ourselves as contained as possible to be able to allow the testing to begin, the results to come in, and to be able to collapse or contain this curve of spreading this virus. And so, the key is, as I mentioned earlier, is knowledge and awareness is what's going to give you the ability to not panic, not have fear. Now, let's talk about, what is there to be fearful of? It appears to be affecting people in their 70s and above with type 1 and 2 diabetes, heart conditions, people with a suppressed or compromised immune system and respiratory system, people who are or have been smokers because it affects the respiratory system. And so we have to make sure that we help those people understand, become aware, and we have to help them, do a better job. What we have to also do is make sure that, we're not panicking. 99% of people, this is not going to affect you in a way that's detrimental, meaning death. You may get sick, you may have terrible symptoms. But the thing that I really want to ask, right, is, are there things that you can do to increase your immune system? And the answer is, of course there is. You can eat better, you can sleep better, you can exercise a little bit, you can breathe, you can get a little bit sunshine, for vitamin D. There are certain foods that can help your immune system, whether it's turmeric or garlic. You can do some research, or I posted a bunch of stuff on my Facebook fan page yesterday with some charts and some things to take a look at. If you're on Facebook, you can go there. I also posted it on my Instagram page here. So if you take a look at my Instagram page here as well, you can see some of the stuff that I've done. But again, I want to get your feedback. What are you doing in order to help yourself and help your neighborhood, help your family? So can you do me a favor? Just type it in. I've got my reading sunglasses on so I can see what you are typing right now. So Tara, nap, melatonin for bedtime. Esther C, elderberry, very, very good. Those are all really, really good. Thank you, Tara. My wife was just telling me about elderberry. Thank you. In Greece, you're staying home. Great. There's a few of you that are asking to be in the video, and I'm not at a place where my video reception is great. So licorice root, I haven't heard that one. Hello there from India. Take supplements, eat more fruits and vegetables. Vitamin C is supposed to be good. Staying home, drinking lemon water and ginger. Ginger is very, very good. Vitamins, elderberry, fruits, vegetables, good digestion, drinking lots of water to flush out the system and the toxins. More garlic, which is really good for, helping with viruses. Veganism, you're drinking golden milk every day. Chaga, mushroom, chaga, reishi, turkey tail as well. You're going to improve your skills, your immune system. So I think, part of the key is we have to be responsible, right? Responsible is my ability to respond. And washing of hands, yes, my wife is on me all day long. Honey, did you wash your hands? Clean off the surfaces, disinfect the surfaces. Like I said earlier, we've canceled some dinners. And so absolutely. The key is let's stay connected. Let's stay diligent. Let's stay aware, calm to respond versus, fear and react. Fear does not work, when times are really challenging. You want to be as clear-headed, as well. You want to be able to make decisions, right, out of certainty and confidence versus out of hype and fear-mongering and information that isn't the right information. The CDC is a really good source for information. The Controlled Disease Center, very, very good for finding out the best information. So highly, highly recommend you follow the CDC for sure. Let's see. Let me just see Tara, you clean your phones. Absolutely. I need to clean my iPhone. Yeah, it's, again, you can't see the virus, right? So you can't see the virus. So you have to stay positive, stay alert, stay aware, and educate yourself. And don't be afraid to question what you hear, okay? There's a lot of opinions, but there's very little expertise. A lot of opinions and very little expertise. And if anybody's telling you to, run for the hills and buy this because this is a sure way to avoid the virus, they're lying to you. There's a lot of people who try to take advantage, of selling you stuff you don't need because they're playing on fear. Do your research. Talk to your friends. Connect with me here, on Instagram. Ask questions in the feed. I respond to a lot of questions in here. And remain calm and be diligent and do everything that you can. One of the things that people always ask me around success and around achieving, any goals and dreams. I ask people, are you doing some of what you can, or are you doing everything you can? And most people say, well, I'm doing some of what I can. And I say, like, why would you not do everything you can, right? So this is serious. My prediction, based on everything that I have listened to and read over the last several days, is in the United States now, it is going to get way worse before it gets better. but it will get better. A vaccine that is usable by millions of people is going to take at least a year, from what I can gather. See how I just did this, right? And so the key is, how do we do everything we can? So what can you do mentally? Stay calm. What could you do emotionally? Stay calm. What can you do physically? A lot. We talked about that today. What can you do spiritually? Tap into the intelligence that's within you and all around you, right? So make sure that you do everything you can, right? All right, so those are just some thoughts for you. Any questions? Somebody's asked me, do I pray? So when you pray, do you pray to the universe? Yeah, I pray to the universe. I pray to the intelligence within me and all around me. I meditate every day. I use affirmations every day. Many of you know my new best-selling book, Inner Size, The New Science to Unlock Your Brain's Hidden Powers. Got a lot of really great mental and emotional techniques to help you achieve more success. So somebody's asking me, you see the universe as God? Yes, I do. I see the universe and the multiverse and everything in it and everything we can see as God. Just like, I think of the word God like I do the word water. There may be a million different words in different languages for the word God, or for water, excuse me, just like there's many different words, for the word God. Everybody has a different meaning if they believe in God or not. For me, God is the universal intelligence that created all and manages, the planets going around in their elliptical orbits around the sun, as we are spinning at 25,000 miles per hour on planet Earth, while we're moving at 1.5 million miles an hour. Our Milky Way galaxy is moving through the cosmos at 1.5 million miles per hour, while quintillions of things are happening simultaneously. So that's my representation. All right, everyone. It's Saturday afternoon here in San Diego. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I just want to come on here and say hello. Nice to connect with each and every one of you. And now I'm going to go and do some more reading, and maybe review my goals and the plans for next week, and see how I'm going to recalibrate all the changes that are happening. And listen, every one of our lives around the world, this isn't like one religion or one company or one human or one group that this is happening to, right? This is, we're all part of this, so we have to keep each other informed. We have to keep each other calm. We have to help each other, be empathetic, be kind, be loving, be understanding. Let's stop the blame and the shame and the guilt and the judgment. Let's play above the line, which means, let's treat each other respectfully, regardless of religion or faith or gender. Let's respect each other as a brilliant, genius, amazing human being, okay? We cannot do this alone, right? And somebody said, singing like the Italians. Yes, I loved that video. I just shared it a little bit ago, right? Okay. Have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you being part of, my little community and me being part of yours as well. Now, I'm going to figure out, how do I save this once I stop? Because I have no idea. Maybe before I press any of these buttons, somebody could tell me which button on my mobile phone should I press. Right? Which model should I press over here? I can see all your likes and loves, and I love that. It's a little addicting, isn't it? You're welcome. Thank you for being part of this as well. So, press save. I don't know where to press save, but I will try to press save. All right, I think I've got to end it first, though, right? I'm just learning how to use post the end video, press save. Thank you, Kasheshibria. I need to know where to press save. All right, so where to press save. All right, after you end the video, there's a save option in upper left corner. Thank you so much. All right, have an awesome afternoon, and I'll come back again maybe tomorrow, the next day, just so we can talk some more if there's anything new. Have a great day, night, evening. Be safe, all right, and be amazing. Bye now.